What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with another Warhammer SFO battle for you guys today. Today, guys, we are playing as Norsca, and we are going up against the Dark Elves. The Monster Hunters versus the Monster Tamers. So, guys, as for my build, we've got two groups of Marauder Champions in the front line. We've got the Great Moor Herd of Bloodfjord over here on the flanks. These guys are a family of mammoths. They're anti-large. They cause terror. They do rampage, though. They are a regiment of renown as well. Next to them, we've got two groups of Marauder Hunter Javelins. Anti-large ranged units, yeah. We've also got a Famir Balefiend of the Fire, running Flaming Skull, the Flame Vortex, Fireball, and the Flaming Sword of Ruin. And we've got Wolfreak the Wanderer on horse, great duelist, probably one of my favorite duelists in the game, with his skin shield over here. He's great. He's a duelist. He's got the Sea Fang and all these good buffs. We've also got the Iceforged Legion, which is the Siege Artillery Regiment of Renown, campaign exclusive, but you can bring it into the multiplayer. And behind them, we've got some Marauder Champions, just in case any flanking units. We've also got a War Mammoth over here for anti-infantry capabilities. Out on the flanks, we've got three groups of Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes. And then behind them, we've got Norscan Ice Wolves and some Norscan Warhounds, just for any artillery that my opponent decided to bring. And already the Iceforged Legion is tearing a hole through these Dark Shards. As for my opponent's build, 5 groups of Dark Shard frontline here. Obviously, he was expecting us to be sort of Vanguard deployed and fire in on them early. Behind them, he's got 3 groups of Dread Spears. In between those, he's got 2 groups of the Blood Rack Medusas. These guys are awesome and terrifying at the same time. Let's take a look up here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Absolutely terrifying. Behind them, he's got 2 Charybdises. So these guys are monster killers. So these have anti-large. They're like absolutely terrifying. So he's got 2 groups of those. He's also got 2 Scourge Runner Chariots on each flank and 2 groups of Harpies, as well as a Supreme Sorceress of the Shadows, riding in shotgun with her spells. Iceforged Legion, look at these homing bolts coming in. Oh, just destroying these archer units. Let's watch this. This is going to be a big boy. This is going to be a big blow. Here they come. Look at that. Are they Dread Spears bracing? I think so, but that was a couple of terrible shots. But here the rest of them come. He's moving them forward, so they're just going to cop a bunch of hits. Oh! Big hits coming in. The Iceforged Legion is just popping off. Probably one of my favorite artillery units in the game. Look at it just destroy my opponent's infantry. Absolutely nuts. Let's take a look at the damage. Look at that. Half health Dark Shards, half health Dark Shards. We do send the Marauder Horsemen in to try and deal with the Charybdis, because these guys are armor-piercing missiles. They can deal damage to monsters, but they are better suited for infantry. I do try to get them in onto the Dark Shards, but it doesn't work out too well. And I also try to cut off these Scourge Runner Chariots, because these guys are anti-large. They're going to destroy some of our larger units, but it doesn't work out too good for them. I do send the Norscan Ice Wolves in here to intercept the Charybdis, so these guys can get away, because they do rout from terror, but they've got plenty of health, plenty of ammunition, and by running these guys in, I do manage to get a Frostbite off on the Charybdis, so it gives these guys a chance to get away. Iceforged Legion still popping off on these Dark Shards back here. One group is pretty much down. Scourge Runner Chariot and the other Dark Shards are firing in on the Norscan Ice Wolves. But you can see our Horsemen are... Horsemen? Yeah, they are back and they're ready to deal some damage. But the Charybdis and the rest of the front line of my opponent is coming into play here. Iceforged Legion once again popping off. We do start to move our anti-large units onto the left-hand side to start dealing with the Charybdis. So you can see here we've got the Marauder Hunters and the Mammoths moving over. We also send our War Mammoth straight over this side to deal with the infantry. We don't want our War Mammoth getting caught up with this Charybdis, because it will kill our Mammoth for sure. It'll destroy it. Marauder Horsemen are pretty much gone over here. Our Ice Wolves as well as our Warhounds are pretty much gone. They're over here holding this other Charybdis, keeping it busy, which is great because it means this Charybdis can't come in and help the other one. But the Great Moor Herd of Bloodfjord are going toe-to-toe with the Charybdis. Anti-large versus anti-large. It's a bit of a battle here. There is quite a few of the Mammoths, but we also have the Marauder Hunter Javelins thrown in onto the Charybdis as well. So it's going to deal damage, but they're probably just going to trade blows and deal just as much damage to each other. Pop Flaming Sword of Ruin and fight or die here. We send Wolfreak in as well to help kill the Charybdis. They start rampaging, but it should be more than enough to deal with the Charybdis. A Fireball from our Balefiend misses drastically. Going for that Sorceress, but we miss. Nonetheless, we've still got our Iceforged Legion just popping off and destroying We do bring the Mammoth into play. He's going to help out these Marauder champions. Not that they really need it. They'll easily take on these Spearmen and destroy them. Great. The Great Moorherd of Bloodfield is taking quite a bit of damage here from the Scourge Runner chariots because they do have the anti-large. They do have the armor-piercing missiles. So it is going to deal quite a bit of damage. And the Dark Shots are now firing in on our Marauder Hunters. And the Withering is popped down here. We do manage to get Wolfreak out of it, but our Javelins do cop quite a blow. And the Harpies are coming in on our Iceforged Legion. We do move our Marauder Champions up. But right now, this Charybdis has been very busy with the units we left out here, which is great, just what we wanted. Huge Flame Vortex coming down here, just going straight through friend and foe alike. You can see some Marauder Champions did get caught up in that Flame Storm. A little bit of a misclick. Nonetheless, we still do a decent amount of damage, and it is making its way over to the War Mammoth. We've got 2 Bloodrack Medusas still to deal with. We do send in the Great Moorherd and Wolfreak in to try and shut down this Supreme Sorceress. I do believe she's on a horse. No, she's not on a horse, but these guys nonetheless are destroying her. Because once we shut her down, there is no Winds of Magic for my opponent. So we'll be cheering. Marauder Champions managed to shut down the Harpies pretty effectively. For me, Balefiend's out here still fighting. We do drop the siege equipment so that these guys can come back to it. And these guys are going toe-to-toe with a Bloodrack Medusa. And right now, we're just trying to occupy this Charybdis so it doesn't come into contact with our large monsters over here so that we can actually try and kill some stuff before they come into play. We do bring our Marauder Hunters over here to try and focus fire this Bloodrack Medusa. And some of the Great Moorherd are out here fighting the Supreme Sorceress, while some are out here fighting the Bloodrack Medusa. Sword of Torgold, Foe Seeker goes down. I don't know why I popped those for, considering we're not in combat. I am pretty sure we were in combat. I don't know. Something funky's going on. War Mammoth is going toe-to-toe with the archers. I sent him trying to chase down the Scourge Runner chariot just to try and stop it from getting around. But we do manage to route some Dark Shards here. Marauder Champions are just chilling here. They are going to come into contact with these Spearmen in just a bit. And the Javelins are throwing into the Bloodrack Medusa. Iceforged Legion, I'm pretty sure, is now back online. And I'm pretty sure I swapped that over to start trying to target the Charybdis, just to deal a little bit of decent damage to try and shut that down, because that is probably his one win condition right now, this one Charybdis. He does have another one over here that is sort of routing, but this one's pretty much on full health, and I think they do have regeneration. So Wolfreak and the Marauder Champions going toe-to-toe here with the Spearmen, and the Charybdis is going to come in here and help them out. Javelins are over here firing on the Bloodrack Medusa. The Great Moorherd is routing. Iceforged Legion is in here, and we are copping a ton of friendly blows on our Marauder Champions. But Wolfreak is going to go toe-to-toe with the Charybdis. He's probably not his best sort of pick, because the Charybdis does have the anti-large. He does count as an anti-large unit due to him being on horseback, but he is a duelist, so he will be able to deal some decent damage. And I'm not sure if we pop any buffs. But yeah, this one was also cut short. I apologize for that, guys. We do kill a lot more things on the battlefield, so I'm not sure why these are cutting short, but like I said in the last one, we're working on figuring out what's going on with them. But for the next few, they're cut short for some reason, so I apologize for that, guys. But nonetheless, it is a close victory. We do win. I do remember killing these Medusas, and this guy was like the last dude on the battlefield. Nonetheless, still a pretty good battle. Our Iceforged Legion was definitely our winner right there. 250 kills on that bad boy. Definitely worth it. But guys, if you find yourselves enjoying this one, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one.